Well, good afternoon, boys and girls. Welcome back to another episode of Traplines and Inlines. In this video, we're going to be building this quick, simple, and cheap outhouse at the off-grid cabin. So, hope you enjoy the video, guys. Should be a dandy one. So I'm just starting this build off by joining together the perimeter of the frame. This is 6 foot by 4 foot, and I'm just building it on my deck here. It's a nice surface to work on. It'll be a nice light little building, and I'll just drag it to the where I've dug my hole there with my quad. I'm using 3-inch framing nails for all my 2x4 framing. And I usually put 2 or 3 nails through each stud there. I'm using plans that I found on the internet, and I'll put the link to them in the description, and I hope Buddy Guy don't mind me ripping off his plans here for my video. Okay, so here is our completed floor frame now, in about 5 minutes, so that's just dandy. So now I'm going to be using these rough cut 1x12s. These are ones I have left over from the cabin. You can see there's quite a few there. These are kind of secondary quality ones, maybe not as pretty or whatever, but will work dandy for the shed shack here. So we're moving down, get back at her. Okay, so you can see I cut these to 48 and I'm running them across to here, and I'll have to put pieces here around the outside so that it's nice and all the same distance for when I put the walls on here. So we'll keep giving her. Okay, so I'm just getting my skids ready here, and we'll get these underneath this here shit shack. But I'm just cutting these at 8 foot. This is a 6 foot shit shack. We'll cut them at 8 foot, overlap them a foot out the front and back, so that'll be dandy. You can see I'm using my speed square here to get my 45-degree angles. So let's get her going. Okay, so just putting on our skids here. And using these big cocksuckers to get them through there. These are like 5-inch spikes or whatever there. And you can see I got 2 different kinds of 4x4s here for my skids. I got one treated and one stained, so I don't really care. Just kind of what I had at bush camp here. So I'm lining the outside edge of this skid up to the flush with the the floor frame here, and I've marked 1 foot, and I'm overlapping it a foot either side. So okay, here's where I'm at now with the dog here. Hey buddy. So just got all the flooring done, all the decking there, and got my skids attached there too. Camera died when I was doing that, unfortunately. And now I'm starting on the walls here. This is a side wall. Got to build one exactly the same for the other side, so we'll show you that here now. Back wall, put a roof on here, build a door, and call her deadly. So this here wall is 48 inches wide by 67 or 70 and a quarter high. These are 67 and a quarter inch sections, and there's an inside gap here of 14 inches, and then when we put this stud here, there's 15 and a half inches here. So I went 17 and 15 and a half from the outside and lined the board to the edge there. And yeah, so we'll just attach these studs here. The wolves have been hanging out around camp again. Just heard them howling there not long ago. It's getting a little late in the day here. Like, I'm itching to get started trapping, but you know, it would be nice to get a good snowfall that sticks before I start setting snares. And you know, I do have a great deal of work to get done here before I occupy myself with something else, eh? So okay, so now I got a 12 and a quarter and a 14 inch piece to place between these two separate studs here. And these there needs to be an opening of 13 and a half. So measuring from the outside of the frame, I'm going 15 inches. And I imagine these are for where we'll bolt the elevated section of this shit shack up there, but I haven't got that far yet in the plans, eh boys? So like to put a nice line there, keep everything half deadly. We'll see how we've done here. So lining the bottom up, dandy. And we'll nail that one first, but make sure that fits, dandy. Dandy, dandy. Make sure that's good and deadly. Fucking got myself in the knee there pretty good with the hammer. I don't know how, but it's pretty sore, no doubt. This one nailed in here too now. This is the smaller of the two. Okay, now we have no choice but to kind of angle nail this bit here, but no big deal. Is it fucking raining? We already got enough moisture there, dog. Dandy. Okay, so that's our finished product. And I've already built the other one. The other one is exactly the same. And you know, nice and light. We'll have no problem placing that. So we'll build the back and front walls here, and then get busy with our roof and whatnot there. So stay tuned. Okay, so this is the back wall here we're doing now. And I'm just marking where this middle stud needs to go. And that is at 19 3/4 inches here. We'll get that lined up there pretty nice, and then get our stud going here. Perfect. Okay, dandy. So same deal here. We'll mark 15 inches. This time this is 18 and 1/4 inch section. And the exact same deal as the sidewalls in terms of how we're going to attach this here, so I'll save you the boredom. Okay, 3 walls done here. You can see how I did the back one. These are real easy, take no time at all to put together. And yeah, so I ran out of studs here, so me and the dog are gonna mosey home for dinner and resume progress tomorrow there, so stay tuned, guys. Well, heading up to camp. Putting my chainsaw to some pretty serious good work there today. Got one hell of a storm there last night, big old wind, so let's go build this shit shack, boys. Okay, just getting working at putting these walls up here onto the floor here, starting with the back wall. And yeah, it's nice and pretty out today. It's only about -8, it's not bad, but it's got like, I think we got like 30 or 40 km/h winds going here. Pretty strong gusts there going. Don't quote me on that though, I don't check the weather often. But so we're just attaching her right into the floor. I just got this one tacked, and make sure I have 3.5 inches on either side for my sidewalls. And I'm not even driving these nails in, I only got it held with 2 because I might have to move that. So we'll put our sidewalls on here now. Actually, boys? So I'm just making sure this is good and lined up with my floor framing. You see these are all sagging all over the place, but just got to make sure they're lined up to my frame in there pretty good, and we'll be pretty dandy off. Making sure they're lined up nice with the floor, and then we'll attach these later on. They're not going anywhere. Okay, you can see all our walls are up and lined up good. The snow might be blocking the view there. Making sure that these here things we got Jimmy rigged are all in the back section. So you see how this is gonna line up. We're gonna put little pieces here and then build the door. And then we'll have this little kind of deck thing, I don't know. So that should be pretty dandy. And then yeah, we'll put that, we'll back her over onto the hole. Got a hole dug over there, huh? So yeah, so what we'll do now here, boys, is we'll just we'll nail the piss out of her into the floor, and then secure and nail through here all the way down, and that should get our walls set pretty straight. Camera is too cold for stabilization. What the fuck? That sucked. Anyway, got these walls nailed in here now, and now they're sitting pretty good and straight there. Pretty good and straight enough. You can see, I'll show you how I nailed here. I peppered her in pretty good. Always do, eh? And that'll be dandy, so. Okay, so here's what we're doing now. These are 5.5 inch sections, 2 67.25 inch studs. They just butt up there, and I nailed them to the floor, nailed them through here. It was a real pain nailing them here, because you not much space. If you had a screws or whatever, a drill, that'd be no problem, but with the hammer it was a bit of a pain, so I busted these up a bit. No big deal. And okay, so now we got a little more framing here to do, and then we'll get started. Got to build the door, but that won't probably be for a little while here. Got to frame up the roof and whatnot here. Okay, now I've just assembled this here little piece here, and that's gonna go right on top right here, on the front, and then that will be the kind of platform for our lean-to there, and we'll build rafters for that here right quick. So okay, we're just cutting these lean-to rafters here. There's 3 marks you need to make here, and they're included in the plan. So this is 6 inches, 9 3/4, and this is 8.5. This is on the front of the rafter. So we're gonna, and this 8.5 mark is on the other side, and So we're gonna line up that mark with the our mark on the bottom here, and we need this to be 1 inch in depth. So we'll mark that at 1 inches. And now we'll take from that 1 inch to this previous mark, and we'll do a line here. So now we got that bird's mouth for that front. All licked up there just like that, huh? No angles needed, eh? So this next one is quite a bit different. And it's long and shallow and deep, because two of these are gonna sit on top of the top of our walls there, which we'll show you on top of the sidewalls. Show you that in a sec here. So we'll line these up. This one needs to be 2 1/4 inches in depth. So we'll go to 2 1/4, 2 1/4 inches. Then we gotta, I can't even do that with my square. Okay, I'll just use this rafter as a ruler, and we'll figure this out here. So this is gonna be a real long cut, eh? So that's dandy, just like that. See, watch out, my boy. So you can see we got the back one and the front one. So what we'll do is we'll cut these out here with a skill saw, really straightforward, and then we'll use this as a masser, and we need to trace this onto our other 2 rafters. I'll just trace it right on, and then we'll cut them and be good to go. Okay, just working on the roof here on the shit shack. Looking pretty dandy. I'll show you where we're at. So this takes 3 rafters, 1 directly in the center, so you just place it on top of the middle stud. I didn't even measure anything, and 1 on each outside edge. So show you how this bird's mouth lined up here. Pretty darn good there, fellers. Looking good for sure. So this one's good and long because it's sitting on top of this other wall, I guess, hey, so it works out good. And this cut is deep, so you can really pepper it right through the top, which is nice. 3-inch nails. And then put 1 through here and 2 on each side, lining it up with the outside edge, eh? So very easy, straightforward roof here. And 1 more rafter to put up, and we'll have a roof on there, no time flat. Well, and just like that, we have a pretty dandy roof on there, so that's just awesome. We'll keep giving her here. Okay, I'm just ripping on the siding here, trying to get things done as quick as I can. So start out, these are 4-foot sections, working with 8-foot rough cut 1x12, so it works out real nice. And I start out, this one goes flat, lined up with the bottom of the floor, and I've nailed it all around and to all the studs with 2 1/2 inches. So now I start shingling them, and this is the exact same as what I did on the cabin. So I put a nail about 2 inches down, and that's good. Now I'll take one of these here rough cut ones, and I'm down to the pretty shit end of them. So line it up flush with the end. Now I use 3-inch nails on the top. Nail it right into the stud, eh? So it'll be good and sturdy this way. Then I pull out these nails and drive that through the bottom edge. And these are 2 1/2 nails I'm using on the bottom edge. Watch out, bud, you're in harm's way. I missed the stud on that one. But I nail that bottom edge right underneath so it lines right up with the stud. That way if I sink that through, because these are 2 1/2 and these are roughly 1 inch thick, if I sink it through, I don't have that nail poking out the other end but into the stud. So that's good. And that's plenty. That will hold good and strong. That board is never going anywhere. And it's gonna make the building strong too. So I'll get this one lined up. There's quite a bit of eyeballing with this. making sure you keep things straight, because you really have no straight lines to work with these boards. They're all crooked. But you can just kind of eyeball it. And with these boards being so rough cut and crooked and with the live edge on them, it's actually really hard to get them to look crooked. Snowing again. Not mint, but shit shack is mint anyway. Really just slapping her together here quick now, boys. Okay, putting these here on. Run them vertical for a few reasons. One, it's so much easier, and I want these nice and flat as opposed to shingles on the side, because a great deal of structural integrity relies on this here board. It's tying this to this, and it'll also hold my hinges, for my door, so that'll be deadly. So get this one moseyed up here, and we'll pepper the shit out of these. When they're flat like this, I use my 2.5 inches. 3 inches is just overkill. Okay, we'll pepper the piss out of these and save you the trouble of watching me. Well, you know what they say, boys. When in doubt, break out the chainsaw. Cut her right flush there, no problem. Well, it's not mint, but it's pretty mint enough. Update on the snow. Doesn't look like it has any intention of fucking off anytime soon. But in all seriousness, these boards, well, you can't see a damn thing, all the snow. These boards, none of them are straight, not a damn one. So I don't mind cutting big angles like that, but you know, it's nearly impossible. You never get it right nice, eh? So I just find it easier. Whip out the old chainsaw, peel. You fuck, you're silly, bud. Quick, bud. Go find the nearest 16-year-old. We gotta figure out why the weather's so fucked. Anyway, it's October 26th or 7th or 8th. Monday or Wednesday anyway. Can't remember. We're just giving her here at bush camp. Got a half shitload of snow. The wind is really giving her today. It's pretty chilly. Hard on the bush coffees there, eh boys? Really chilly. I'm ripping around in the 12 valve on summer tires all over the road, not mint. But you can see where shit shack is at now. Coming along pretty nicely here, boys. I'm really just in a rush, giving her slapping shit together, no worries at all. But yeah, she looks pretty dandy. Good and well ventilated at the moment. I got a few little things to do on it that I'm procrastinating, but I got the roof put on. See if I can mosey up this ladder half sideways without moseying off. Oh shit, nearly. So there you can see, got it all licked. Just use my 1x6 boards. I'm nearly out, and they're real shitty ones I'm at now, but you know, it's a good project to burn them up. And yeah, so we're gonna build the inside, build the seat on the shit shack, and then go from there. Probably slap some shingles on the roof, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to stain this right quick, not with all the snow everywhere. You know, it's covering my floor and everything, be a real mess, so might wait on that. But you know, it's coming along pretty good here, boys. Okay, here's where we're at now, guys. Built the front support and put the boards there on that side. Got that all licked up there, and then I got two braces there, center braces there, and I really didn't measure anything for them. I just put them where they look good. So now we got some pretty difficult cutting to do around here and there. Gonna have to cut notches out for it to slide in there, eh? But okay, so I got all the floor done and cut out. You see, it was real difficult doing this, but got it done. Not my best work ever in the entire history of ever, but pretty good. Then I took my shit shack seat, placed it where I thought relatively good enough was, and that's right there. And now I'm just gonna chainsaw it out. Now how I'm gonna go about that, you can see I've traced it here, my shit shack seat, and I'm just gonna go cut just a little bit outside of that line with my chainsaw, and any imperfection, the seat will cover it up, eh? So I'll get at this here now. Well, boys and girls, I figure that's about as pretty as she's ever gonna have to be. You can see there, I got her pretty darn good. So now we're gonna secure it on. You see, I'm probably gonna glue this bit here. I don't know if I got any glue, and I got some real long screws with the big heads on here to initially attach it, but I'm gonna have to be real careful. I probably won't even sink them all the way in. This is just plastic garbage, but just to hold it where it needs to be. So I'll screw that there in, and I probably won't even sink it down, but we'll see how it goes here. Okay, dandy. So I attach these here, and then it's got these little covers here, so you pop them off down, and you see it's good and secure there. I don't actually have any glue, but it's pretty good and strong in there. Probably won't bother with it for a while, if ever. You know, it's good enough. I don't care. Got a shit paper dispenser rack there on there too. That was kind of a prick to install. It's got these funny little screws. Like, who puts a screw in there with that small? No one owns a screwdriver that small. Stupid. Anyway, got that ready to rip too. So that's dandy. And yeah, so just got to build a door here, and that'll be next. Okay, I got a door here that I built in maybe 10 minutes. So got 3 strap hinges for it, and we're gonna bolt them up in no particular order. Usually want one a little bit higher here. Just using 1.5-inch screws. Probably could go a little bigger. Okay, then we'll put one, so that's about 7 inches down. The bottom one a little bit higher. Just trying to get them lined up here pretty straight. Oh, fuck. And, fuck. That was nearly catastrophic. Okay, now we'll go about right in the middle of the two, give or take. I think those are straight enough. Just get it put into place here. So we'll just get her put into place here. Okay, should swing pretty good here. Now we got an iron hook here. Get this for like $1. So just kind of eyeball where I want this. Okay, now that's gonna sit pretty nice right like that there, eh? So now you can also use this to open the door, which is dragging on all this ice that's built up here now. The door's not overly straight, but pretty dandy. Okay, so you can see how I've done that. It is incredibly simple how I built this door. Just took 2x4s on the outside, slapped a few pieces of lumber on there, and got good ventilation. So yeah, that's swinging pretty good considering how little time and effort I put into it. So we'll get that. That's gonna latch there nice, and you know, just pulls right open just by pulling that. I could put a little handle on there, I might, but that's pretty dandy. Yeah, she's just catching a little bit there. There's a shitload of ice and stuff built up here. Not worried in the slightest. So now I got another one. These cost you about $1, eh? So I'm gonna put this one on the inside. Okay, so just getting this here put in. So you can just twist her around there. I think that'll be pretty good. Okay, let's try her on for size. Oh, I got a little too low with that one. but it'll work. I might move that, and it would take 3 seconds to move that. Now your door stays shut, huh? Dandy. So, there you go. Simple, easy door. Slammer's shut. Put her in. Oh, I drove her home too far, boys. Just slam her shut. Get her bolted there. Not going anywhere. You know, I got fancy locks on all my doors around here, but not on this. You know, I'm worried about bears breaking in. I don't know if a bear would want to break into here. So now I think we'll slap some shingles on her here quick and then call her deadly, eh? I'm ready for a new project. Okay, made quite a mess getting up the hill. It all froze pretty slippery, and my hill is steeper than it looks on camera, but got the old trusty Yamaha here, and now we got traction. We're giving her. So you can see I put some shingles on the roof too. We'll show you that in a sec. I'll just show you how I rip with this here. Okay, come on. Okay, that's just enough. We'll have to give her the good old revving dump here. Off we go now, boys. Oh, fuck. Off we go here now, boys. Going into the cabbage. Into the cabbage. Something silly, boys. Oh, fuck. Okay, I'll get her over there. Okay, you can see just pulling it over this hill here. Got a bit of a mess going here now, or pulling it over this hole. This is about 3.5 by 3.5, and it's about 3.5 deep. There's about half a foot of snow on the bottom, so it'll probably look real small, but I just dug a hole. Hey, dog. There's nothing fancy about that. Normally you would reinforce that and put like plastic down there, but you know, it took me an hour to dig. The last thing I need right now is more projects and expenses, so it's froze cock stiff there now, so it'll last the winter for sure. In worst case Ontario, it collapses in the spring, I'm down an hour, but I think it'll be fine for quite a while. So anyway, let's get this pulled on. Okay, you can see my chicken coop's just right there, and my cabin's just over there. It's about 50 yards, maybe a little more, but it's not too bad there. You can see I got her settled there pretty good now. And you know, it's looking damn good. I had to dig down the one skid there to get it relatively level. Like, as long as it looks and feels level, that's good enough for me. I filled in these gaps on the front and the back with dirt, just so no critters were getting in there, and which was harder than it sounds because the ground is frozen. You can see what I did to my shovel. Not too impressed about that, but yeah, she's looking pretty darn good, guys. Give you a tour of the inside. Door opens, you know, it opens pretty good. I built it in like 10 minutes. It doesn't, it may be catching just a little bit on the bottom, but not a big deal. See, you got that all set up, covered in snow and whatnot. And you know, it's open in the eaves right now. I could have done something there, but I was not concerned at all. It's nice because it lets light in through the eaves, and you know, it's good and proper, well lit there. You know, I could have done a few little extra things there, but I didn't let it bother me because I just needed to get it done. And you know, I didn't bother with staining it. I'll stain it up so it looks exactly like my cabin there. That'll be a project for the spring, but I didn't bother staining it with all the snow. I would have just made a mess. And I could have put corner pieces here in the back, but you can see, you can actually see through there, but I'm not at all concerned. You know, it's not like this is in the middle of town, and I got the best kind of neighbors, the ones that are really far away, so not at all worried. You can see I put some shingles on there quick. I had quite a few left over from the chicken coop build, and I just used them all up, so that was good. I got a few extra in case any blow off any of my buildings, but you know, this entire thing here was just a few 2x4s, the seat and the roll, and all the other stuff I already had. Like all these boards, I used up nearly all my boards that were just sitting there rotting. I was never going to use them, so I used them up. That was good. The skids were just something I had laying around too, pretty well everything. So the best part about this is I have very little time and money invested in it, and it serves its purpose for sure. Like didn't cost me nearly anything to build. What I actually had to buy to build this was like 50-60 bucks. The rest was just stuff I already had. So it was real nice that way, and it's another project done, and I got lots of them, so that's good, real good. Well, anyways, guys, thanks for watching another episode of Traplines and Inlines. I hope you enjoyed this here little video. Now I'm just working here, got a couple finishing touches on my chicken coop there. I'm waiting on the windows. We're supposed to be in by now, but as soon as I get them in, I'll be moving out my chickens. That'll be dandy. They're doing awesome, laying eggs. That's awesome. Wood stove, gonna start on that tomorrow, and then I'll have to get my solar stuff figured out here right away too. Electrical, and then yeah, so I'm real busy here, and got way behind on the videos. I've been very busy with busy time of the year for ranching. Kyle's got to come home, so I've been busy, very busy, but anyway, should be lots of videos from here on out, and right away I'll be setting out some steel here on this here trapping season. So can't wait, lots going on here at Traplines and Inlines. Thanks for watching, guys.